Just feeling your feet anchored firmly on the ground. Try to see if you can use these few moments to check in with your body. Maybe explore moving your toes out to the side or forward, which feels better to you. You can soften your knees slightly, lengthen up through the pelvis, through the spine. Feel your spine lifting long and tall. And feel your shoulders and your arms draping down, softening at your side. Good, taking a big inhale. Feel your lungs, your rib cage, your belly expand as you inhale. And then empty your lungs completely, emptying out all that air. And again, another big inhale. Feel your tummy expand outwards as the air presses right down. And let go. Taking 2 more slow breaths, trying to pay attention to letting go of any tension in your neck or your shoulders this morning. One more deep breath. Good, then starting to move side to side. We're going to move our arms in a nice rhythmical flowy movement. So stepping from one foot to the other. Allow your arms, excuse me, to float side to side. Just inviting some mobility in through the shoulders and the hips. Allowing for a little bend of the knees in the center of the movement. Good, then adding in a gentle rotation now as you go to the side. So you're turning your hands, sorry, I'm a bit too close to my window here behind me. Turning your hands behind you as you shift your weight from one leg to the other. Good, starting slow, paying attention to where your body's at with this rotation. Good, and then coming back to the center, we're going to reach one arm big up and over. Bend down, reach up and over. Bend the knees, reach over. Bend the knees and reach. Bend and reach. Good, bend and reach. Bend and reach. Good, now bend your knees and we're going to round the spine. So straighten the arms out to the side. Then round the spine gently, reach the hands forward, tuck your chin in. And then inhale, open up the chest, send the arms back. Send the hips back as well. Exhale, round the spine, tuck in your chin. Inhale, open up, send the heart and the chest forward. Exhale, round one more time. And inhale, open up wide. Good, and come all the way up. All right, we're going to move down to the mat. If you have ankle weights, you can put them on now if you have them. If not, it's completely fine. And we're going to be moving down onto carpet or the mat or the floor. Just give you all a chance to get down onto the floor. Hi, Sue. Okay, so once you've made your way down to the floor, just checking your alignment. So make sure that your shoulders, hips, ankles are nice and straightly aligned. Pressing your shoulders into the floor, so you're opening up through the front of the chest. You're going to place your whole hand down at your side, whole arm down at your side, so that your palms are facing the floor.
pressing into the ground. Make sure your feet are equal distance apart, a distance away from you and hip distance apart. Squeeze the belly button, and as you exhale, squeeze the buttock muscles and lift your hips up off the ground. And then we're going to lower back down. So I know some of you are still putting your ankle weights on. I'll wait another moment for you. So when we do this lift, this bridge, I want you to pay attention to not arching the lower back to do the lift. So the movement, the power is coming from the legs, the glutes, and the quads to lift you up. So make sure that your belly button draws in to hold your spine in a nice, firm, neutral position as you lift. So everyone together, exhale, press through your heels, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips up, nice and slow and controlled, and slowly down. Exhale, press up, press through the heels, squeeze the buttock muscles all the way up. And inhale down. Exhale, press up, squeeze. And inhale down. Good. Now you can choose to make it harder. So we're going to one leg. You can shift 80% of your weight onto one leg and 20% on the other. Or you can lift one foot off the ground completely, keep the knee bent, and repeat the movement. So you're pressing up through the right leg, either 80% of weight through that right leg or 100%. Lift, squeeze the buttocks, and slowly down. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, lift, squeeze the buttock, press through the heel. So make this a really slow, controlled movement. Slowly down. Pulling that belly button in, support the spine. Exhale, press up. And slowly down. Good. Exhale, pressing up through that leg. Now hold it there. Sometimes all we can do in the winter is just hold on and wait. Hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly down. Good. Place the foot down if it is up, and we're going to change sides. So you can shift weight into your other leg. So you either have 80% on one leg, 20% on the other, or you can have one foot off the ground, press through that heel, and lift. Pay attention to what you're feeling in your spine. Keep that belly button in, supporting the back. Exhale, lift. And slowly down. Good. Exhale to lift. Inhale, slowly down. Exhale, lift. Trying to lift it right up so that those hips are in line with it, like a diagonal line between your shoulders, hips, and knees. All the way down. And exhale, lift. Hold it there. Hold. 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 And slowly back down. Good. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a gentle hug. Maybe a gentle rocking your knees side to side. Good. We're going to repeat that. This time you can choose to make it a little bit harder. So if you had both feet on the ground, you can put more weight onto the one leg. So we're going to do the right leg. Or if you had your foot off the ground, you can straighten the left leg up towards the sky. But see what feels good for you. So that might be a little bit too much for the lower back. You can bend if you want to. Press down through the right foot. Lift the hips right up. And slowly down. Squeeze the belly button in. Exhale, lift. and right down. So you can have that top leg straight up to the ceiling or keep it bent closer to the body. Exhale, lift. Slowly down. Good. Now exhale, lift all the way up, high as you can get it. Squeeze the buttocks. Hold, hold, hold. Now go down halfway. Hold. And lift again. Lift those hips. So we're moving from the hips. Hips down halfway. Hips up. The leg stays still. The top leg, the one that's in the air, stays still. Lift the hips up. Lower halfway. Lift up. Lower halfway. Lift the hips. Lower down. One more. Lift. And lower all the way down. Good. Place the left foot back on the ground. Shift the weight into the left foot and maybe lift the right foot off the ground. That right foot could either be straight up to the ceiling or bent, and you're going to hold it there. And then lift the hips all the way up and all the way down. Squeeze the belly button in, lift the hips up and all the way down. Pressing in through that heel, feel the buttock muscles, the muscles right down the back of the leg working to lift you. Lift all the way up, hold it there. Halfway down, hold, all the way up. Halfway down, all the way up. Tummy tight, pay attention to your back. Halfway down, all the way up. Halfway down, all the way up. Halfway down, hold. 3, 2, 1. Press all the way up, lift those hips up, 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 up. And slowly come all the way down. Good. You can bring your knees into your chest again. Squeeze them towards you, giving your lower back a little stretch. Good. Then placing both feet back on the ground. Just lift your hips to realign your spine. And we're going to tighten those tummy muscles and straighten one leg out in front of you. So it's off the ground. Squeeze through the tops of the thigh here. Point the toes. And we're going to lift the leg up and slowly down. Make sure that you're pinning your lower back now flat onto the floor. So using your tummy muscles to connect the lower back to the ground. Lift the leg to the sky. Slowly down. Lift. Slowly down. Lift. And down. For another 5. Tummy in. Use those tummy muscles to support your back. 4. 3, 2, 1. Place that leg down next to the left leg and change sides. Lift the right leg up, point the toes, nice long leg. Tummy tight. Press your lower back into the floor and lift for 1, 2, slowly down. 3, slowly down. 4, slowly down. 5, slowly down. 6, 7, and 8, all the way down. Good. Tummy nice and tight. We're going to keep both legs flat on the floor. Lift your hips up into that bridge. Squeeze the buttock muscles here. Squeeze the belly button. You can either now shift your weight to the right, shift it to the left, or you can add in, with that shift, a lift of one leg, lower it down. Shift to the left, lift the right leg, lower it down. But paying attention, if you do lift that leg, make sure your hips aren't collapsing down. So those hip bones in the front of your pelvis need to stay completely horizontal if you're lifting one leg. Shift the weight, lift one leg. Slow and controlled. Pay attention to what you need to what muscles you need to hold to keep yourself nice and stable here. Tummy tight, shift to the left, lift the right leg. Tummy tight, shift to the right, lift the left leg, lower down. Shift to the left, lift the right leg, lower down. One more time, shift to the right, lift the left leg, lower down, and come all the way back down. Good, bring both knees into your chest again, giving them a nice squeeze in, rocking yourself from side to side. Good, and then you can make your way into 4-point kneeling, so rolling onto one side and coming onto all fours. In this position, if having the full weight on your hands through your wrist is uncomfortable for you, you can make a fist with your hands, so that it goes straight through a nice straight wrist. Or you can put your elbows down on the ground, that's also an option, but some people find that uncomfortable in their necks and shoulders. So make sure that your hands are directly underneath your shoulders, your elbows are facing forward. A little bend in the elbows, so we're really working on the stability of the shoulders here as we work the legs. Tummy muscles nice and tight. Then take the left leg straight out behind you, hovering in the air. Make sure here you aren't collapsing in your lower back, so really engage the tummy muscles, support the spine here. Make sure you're not collapsing through the shoulders. Brace up through those shoulders, they're holding you. Almost like your body is trying to levitate up away from the ground. Use those front trunk muscles to hold you there. Now squeeze the buttock muscles, lift the leg up a little bit higher. Good. I need to move forward a bit. I've got something here behind me. Tummy nice and tight. Keep that thigh up, maybe horizontal. And then we're going to bend the knee and straighten out. So the only thing that's moving is that lower part of your leg beneath the knee. Everything else is strong and stable and holding you. So bend and straighten your knee. Last week, I think, or the week before, we did this lying on our tummies and we tried to pay attention to what happens if we are subtle about the speed and the direction of this movement in the knee joint. What can you change to make it feel better or not clicky? Play around a bit. Perhaps changing the speed, perhaps changing the angle of your leg. Just explore for yourself. Staying strong through those shoulders, belly button in. Keep your neck aligned with your spine. Try not to let your heads hang down towards the ground. Good, then bend the knee, keep it bent. Flex the foot like you want to stamp it up towards the ceiling. And we're going to try stamp that foot to the ceiling. Little tiny pulses. Tummy in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg down. Well done. Gently press your hips back, stretch the arms forward. To give yourself a stretch through the upper body here. You can let your head drop down towards the mat and press your hips back as far as your knees will allow. So depending on how much range of motion you have in your legs, your hips might be pointing up to the sky or they might be resting on your heels or somewhere in between. Reaching those arms forward, take a deep, deep breath here. As you exhale, melt your chest. Imagine it melting down towards the ground. Good. Then coming back into your 4-point kneeling position, we're going to move to the other side. So check that your hips are directly above your knees. Your hands are directly below your shoulders. Nice long neck, stable shoulders, tummy in. Lift the right leg up behind you. Really pay attention to using your core to keep that spine stable as you're moving the leg. So the leg is right back behind, lift it a little higher. And now we're going to bend the knee and straighten it out.
Good. Try not to collapse through the shoulders. Press strongly out of those shoulders. Keep eyes to the ground. Keep the back of your neck long. So your upper body and your neck are not passive here. They're actively working to hold up against the pull of gravity. Tummy pulling up against the ground, from the ground. Good. Bending and straightening. Again, trying to adjust. Maybe a gentle rotation of the leg changes how that movement feels in the knee joint. Be curious. Pay attention. Find a movement that feels most comfortable and smooth to you. Tummy tight. Tuck that chin in a little bit more, lengthening through the back of your neck. Good. Good, now bending the knee, keep it bent at 90 degrees. Flex the foot like you're trying to stamp the foot to the ceiling. And we're going to do 10 little pulses. 10, 9, tummy tight here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower that leg down. Very nice. Stretch the arms forward, stretch the trunk here. Try to melt your upper body down towards the ground. Rest the head on the floor for a moment. Take a deep breath. And exhale down. Good, then slowly making your way back up into standing, whichever way you feel most comfortable getting there. And then you can grab your exercise band and loop it around your ankles. If you've got your weights on, you can keep them on for now, your ankle weights. Good, okay, so we're gonna bend the knees slightly into a comfortable position. Keep the spine nice and long, keep the shoulders back. Sorry, let me just lift this so you can see my face too. Okay, nice bent knees, hands on your hips, shoulders open here. We're going to step side to side. So keeping some resistance on the band as you step. So even when the legs come in, there's still tension on that band. So just looking down at your legs, make sure your hips, knees, ankles stay in a nice straight line. So because that band's pulling in, the tendency is for your legs to rotate inward. So you are actively countering against that inward rotation. So you're trying to turn your legs outward. I always say, imagine having my hand on the outside of your knee and you're trying to press out against my hand there as you move side to side. Belly button in, nice and tight. Good. Bend through the knees. So these muscles are super important for knee stability and strength, keeping the pelvis well aligned when we're walking or climbing stairs, or doing all the things we love to do. Good, so you should start feeling the outside of the leg working now. Good, 10 more seconds here. Be tight. And relax, standing tall. Good, take a deep breath in. And we're going to go straight into a heel raise. So you can keep all of that on your legs, but please have your hand on a chair or a window or a wall because your legs are tied together. So I don't want you to lose your balance. So one hand on a chair, and we're going to go into heel raises, lifting the heels up and down, up and down. We're going to do these ones slightly faster today. So for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now shift 50% of your weight into the left leg, and we're going to repeat it. So 50% of your weight in the left leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 50% of your weight now onto your right leg. Sorry, 50 doesn't make sense. That would be in the middle. Put 80% on the right leg. Luckily, I'm not teaching you maths. Take your weight into your right leg. So we've got both feet on the ground, but 80% on the right leg, 20% on the left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shift the weight back to the left leg. Try to have 90%, so just a feather touch on the right leg. Most of your weight to the left leg. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift 90% of your weight onto your right leg. Make sure that your hips also aren't collapsing in, so keep those hips nice and stable. So 90% to the right leg, tummy in, and go for 10. 9, lifting high as you can. Nice strong lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Last one now, if you can. So you can either repeat that one, or you can take the leg completely off the ground. Add a little bit of outward tension on your band. Please make sure you're holding onto a chair. A little bit of outward tension, 100% on the left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now shifting to the right leg. 100% on the right leg, tummy nice and tight, and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, get a full lift. 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. Very nice. Okay, give your legs a little shake, and you can remove your band and remove your ankle weights. And now you're going to need your weight, your arm weights, free weights, and your step. Okay, so we're going to be stepping up onto a step with the weights in our arms, in our hands. So option 1 is having the weights in one hand and the other hand holding onto your chair or a wall, just for balance as you're stepping up and down. So that's option 1, if you're concerned about balance. If you feel secure enough, you can have a weight in each hand, and you can go up and down that step without holding on. So you decide. We'll stop halfway, so you can switch the side of your weight if you have weight in one hand. All right, so standing nice and tall, and let's go up and down. Nice and slow and controlled, and change which leg you stand up with each time. So keep going up and down. I feel like this little chair is going to snap under me, so I'm not going to use it. Good, so stepping up and down, changing which leg you lead with each time. Keep your spine nice and long. Try and look up in front of you. And really try and feel what that leg's doing as you step up onto it. Trying to feel the glutes and the quads bracing firmly to lift you upwards. And as you go down, try go a little slower. Good. think you've all got weight in both hands, so I'm not going to switch sides. We're going to go for 30 more seconds. See if you can slow it down even more. Slowly up, slowly down. So good. Nice. Make sure you're switching sides. Also, just watch the knees as you're coming up, that they're not collapsing in. So keep those knees nice and stable. Good. And relax. Well done. Okay, keep those weights in your hands and your arms. We're going to widen the legs. Bring the weights up to shoulder height. So tummy muscles nice and tight. You're going to bend the knees into a squat, low as you can manage while maintaining your balance. Keep the spine long. Then stand up, squeeze through the legs, stand up. And then press arms up to the ceiling. Slowly down with the arms. Good, back into a squat, send the hips down, make sure those knees are pressing up, not in. Stand up, press through the glutes, arms up to the ceiling. Good, slowly down. Bend down, sinking low as you can manage. Slow and controlled. And up. Press the arm down. Good, slowly down. Sink down. Now hold. Tummy in. Nice long spine. Chin in. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up. Good. Press those arms up. Good. Slowly down. Bend the hips. And come up. Squeeze those buttock muscles as you lift. Press the arms up. Good. Slowly down. We're going to do 5 more. Bend the hips. Low as you can. Come up. Press the arms up. Good. Keep your neck nice and long here with these overhead presses. Super important for functional daily activities. Slowly. All the way up. Arms up. Good. Come down. All the way down. And up. 2 more. Press the arms up. All the way down. And bend. And all the way up. Last one. Press up. Good. Slowly down. And slowly lower those weights down. You can place them down out of the way. Very nice, everyone. Okay. Coming to a balance exercise. So we're going to come into a tandem stance, meaning one foot in front of the other. If you need to have your chair there, just for some support if you need it, please make sure that it's there. So right foot in front, left foot behind. Standing tall in that position. Now you can turn your arms, palms out to the side just to keep your posture tall and open. And now we're going to take the eyes only. So keep your head facing forward. Take your eyes up to the left opposite corner. And then take it to the right opposite corner of the room. Then down to the bottom left corner. Bottom right corner. So if you imagine, I'm seeing a wall here in front of me. Top left with the eyes. Bottom right. Top left. Bottom right. Bottom left. Top right. Just your eyes. Bottom left. Top right. Good. Now turning your head to look to the side, almost behind you. And to the other side. Good. Side to side. And the other side. Good, now change legs, so place your left leg in front, right leg behind. And same thing, so starting just with the eyes, try and keep your head still, just your eyes moving to the top left corner, top right corner, bottom left corner, bottom right corner. Try and keep your head still, just the eyes. Some of your heads are moving around. Try and keep your head really still. Just move those eyes. Top left corner, bottom right corner, bottom left corner, top right corner, bottom left, top right. Good, now bring your eyes back in line with your head. Take the head, turn your head around to look behind you. And the other way. Good. Draw the belly button in tightly, moving that head side to side at your pace. Good. And back to the center. Well done, everyone. Okay, widening your legs out as far as you can comfortably get them to go. Turn the toes outwards to the side. And we're going to bend one knee just slightly. We're trying to feel a stretch to the inside of the thigh here. So you can tilt your hips towards that bent knee a little bit. Lengthen the spine, take a deep breath in and reach one arm, reach your arm over so that your other arm is reaching down the straight leg. So you're reaching away from the bent leg. Feel that top arm pulling up away from the body, giving length to the side of your waist. Take a deep breath in here. Good. Exhale, come all the way up. Straighten both legs and bend through the right leg. Shift your hips towards that side. Feel the stretch on the inside of the left thigh. And then reach that arm up and over. Nice big deep breaths. Feel the side of your waist there, lengthening, reaching, opening up. Good, inhale, come all the way up. But you can grab your chair and come into sitting for the last set of stretches. Right, so sitting comfortably on your chair, we're going to bring your ankle up on top of your knee. Allow the knee to drape open, drop down towards the floor. Lift your spine nice and tall, feeling a sense of stretch through the back of the hip here. Try to let go of any tension in the front of the hip. These hip flexors tend to hold tight. Try to let go and feel through the top of your hip here. If you've got any muscles holding tight, try and let them go. Taking a deep breath. As you exhale, hinge forward slightly more from the hips. Don't round the spine or drop the head down. Keep that all nice and tall. And just a gentle hinge from the hips to feel your glutes stretching a bit. Nice, big, slow, even cycles of breathing. And come all the way up. Take that leg down and change sides. Bring the left ankle up onto the right knee. Lengthen up nice and tall. Allow your knee to drape open towards the ground, letting go of any tension in the front of the hip. And gently fold just a millimeter or two from the pelvis. So if you imagine yourself like a book, you're folding forward. Here's the spine of your book around your pelvis. Try not to curve around the pages. Keep that spine long. Nice deep breath in and out. Feel that stretch in the glutes. Good. Gently release the leg down, opening the legs out to the side. Keep the spine as long as you can and gently fold forward, bringing your fingertips towards the ground. Take a deep breath in here, feeling your spine lengthen as you do that. Excuse me, that made me yawn, that big breath. And as you exhale, try to gently fold and melt your body down towards the ground. Allowing your head to hang down, the crown of your head to reach towards the ground. Trying to invite a sense of softness through the hips here, through the lower back, through the shoulders and the neck. Take a deep breath in. And exhale completely, emptying your lungs. On the next inhale, lengthen the spine, slowly come up, reaching your hands towards the ceiling. Bring those hands all the way up. Look at your hands. Take a deep breath in here, reaching high as you can. Feel that big stretch through the front of the body. And then a big sigh out as you let go. Well done, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Have a lovely day, have a lovely evening, and we'll see you Friday. Bye.